Relocation in family law context refers to permanently removing a child from one jurisdiction to another. Relocation can be a complex and emotionally challenging process, especially when the parties are in the middle of a legal separation. In the context of Hong Kong, where expatriate families are common, disputes on children relocation can be pronounced and daunting. Generally, you will need the other parent's consent before the relocation. Otherwise, it may be considered as child abduction. The other parents may make an application to seek the child's return. The jurisdiction where the child will reside after relocation is a crucial factor. If a child moves to a country that is not a signatory to the Hague Convention on the civil aspects of international child abduction, it may be challenging to enforce custody orders or seek their return in case of a dispute. When the courts are asked to rule on relocation, like all other children matters, the courts will then make a decision based on the best interests of the children. At the same time, if there is a real risk that a child may be wrongly removed out of Hong Kong without proper consent, urgent application can also be made to the courts for injunctive relief. Apart from the parties' own evidence to be filed, the courts will also call for a social investigation report, SIR, and/or international social investigation report in that particular jurisdiction where the children are going, provided such service is available in that jurisdiction, on whether such permanent removal of the child is recommended in the child's best interest. Once the SIR is available and the parties have filed their evidence in support or against the relocation, the courts may opt to adjourn the matter to a Children Dispute Resolution Hearing, CDR, where the judge will give indications as to the likely outcome should the matter progress to trial. The purpose of the CDR is to help the parents to reach a settlement. If no agreement is reached at the CDR hearing, the matter will proceed to trial. The parents will have to give evidence in the witness box and be cross-examined, and the courts will have to adjudicate on the matter. If the judge does not follow the recommendations in the SIR, reasons must be given. Relocation is a serious and complex application with multitude of considerations. Sufficient time is needed to plan ahead, as judgment for relocation applications will usually be reserved and will not typically be handed down within a short period of time. Even when the court ruled in favor of relocation, the courts might ask that the relocation does not take place until after certain time has lapsed. Relocation, no doubt, will have a huge impact on children arrangement and also the time spent by the other parents who are not relocating. Despite advancement in technology, real-time physical access is better than digital remote access. Co-parenting will become challenging, especially when the parents are in vastly different time zones. Communication, decision-making, and coordination may become more difficult. Therefore, the further the relocation, the harder it is for the other parents to maintain regular contact and involvement in the child's life. The courts must consider the impacts on the child's relationship with the non-relocating parents when making the decisions, and detailed children arrangement order will usually be put in place alongside of the relocation order, so as to ensure that the parenthood of the non-relocating parents be maintained as much as possible. In fact, the courts, in deciding whether relocation is in the children's best interest, they have to consider, amongst other factors, whether the application is genuine, but not motivated by wrongful desire to exclude the other parents from the child's life. The applicants should demonstrate the willingness and ability to ensure ongoing communication and visitation arrangements to maintain a healthy parent-child relationship. At the end of the day, A parent's visiting rights is meant to benefit the children, but not the parents themselves. Should the court find that a party lacks the ability to facilitate such contact, or that the relationship between the children and the non-relocating parents will be severed, the courts should be robust in rejecting relocation. It is essential for parents to communicate openly and honestly about their intentions to relocate, why they need or want the relocation, the potential impact on parental custody, and the detailed children arrangement should relocation is to take place. The parties should also consider seeking professional help from an experienced family lawyer or mediator to help to resolve any potential disputes and to avoid lengthy court battles. Throughout the process, the best interests of the child should remain paramount. The court has the utmost discretion to decide what is in the children's best interest, and every case has to be decided on its own facts. In Hong Kong, the more recent case of ZJ and XWN before the Court of Appeal has reiterated that comments based on the UK pain and pain case should be considered. Since in Hong Kong statute, there is no welfare checklist set out, the courts can refer to it when applying the welfare principle under Section 3.1 of the Guardianship of Minors Ordinance, Cap 13, where the best interests of the child ought to be of the utmost consideration when ruling on relocation cases. As stated by the courts, the guidance in relevant cases or the welfare checklist are simply tools to assist a family judge in making the multifactorial assessment to reach a result which is in the best interest of the child after taking account of the potential impacts on the parents. Hence, the judge can decide which tools can be relevant in formulating the final decision. In conclusion, navigating children relocation out of Hong Kong and its impact on parental custody requires consideration of legal requirements, potential consequences, and the best interests of the child. Detailed and advanced planning is required. Open communication, proper legal advice, and a focus on co-parenting can help ensure a smoother transition and minimize the impact on the parent-child relationship.